Hi there again, everybody. Welcome back to Prestige Auctions. Today I want to talk to you about something a little bit different. Of course, week on week we try and give you tips and ways to make extra money from buying and selling at auctions and car boots and goodness knows what else. This week I want to talk about a subject that so many people bypass on a week-to-week basis, which could actually be making you quite a bit of money. And the items that we're talking about are vintage Christmas items. We've got a specific item in the sale this week that I'm going to talk to you about. But before we do that, I want to just talk to you in general about generalised Christmas stuff. So you probably sat there at home now thinking, well, hang on a minute, there's loads of Christmas stuff in the auction every week, and you know, most of it doesn't even sell. Correct, it doesn't. We are not talking about your modern day-to-day stuff, which can sell, especially if you buy it at the right time of the year and sell it at the right time of the year. But I'm talking specifically today about vintage Christmas items, stuff that we remember from when we were kids, early Pifco items and so on, even tinsel trees to a degree, glass baubles. All of these things can and will make you a lot of money, and there are often items that you can buy very, very cheaply, not just in auction rooms but in charity shops, on boot sales and so on, jumble sales, flea markets, you name it. Christmas items can be a hell of a purchase. The other thing was as well, because you're looking at modern Christmas items, think about buying outdoor Christmas lights in February. You know, people are thinking, I don't want that anymore, get rid of it. But of course, they're super cheap because people don't want to tie the money up. It's one of those seasonal products that people think to themselves, well, I'm only going to buy that nearer Christmas. So of course, they do it all wrong because they buy it nearer Christmas, and of course the price is through the roof because the demand's there. Well, the demand isn't there in January, February, March, April, May, June, even July. So, but people do start thinking about it after that into August, September. They're thinking, well, you know, I might buy that now, I could use it for Christmas. So demand high, but the supply in an auction room, especially from house clearance, can be quite a lot because there's lots and lots of stuff coming from house clearances all the time. And you know, I want to give you a little insight today into some of the things you should be looking out for. And but before we go any further, I'm going to show you this amazing item that has come into the room for this week's auction. Now, as early lighting goes, this is most certainly up there with them. Pifco was, of course, one of the leading makers in small lighting, Christmas lighting, basically just electrical products. When you see in the auction room many weeks on the bounce, you'll see Pifco items, you know, and there'll be all sorts of electrical items, not just old Christmas lighting. But one of the real areas that they made the name was certainly for some of the awesome Christmas lights that they made, right through from the Cinderella carriages and various different designs that they did. They did some stuff for Disney style products at least, and they made all of this stuff that was making Christmas more and more exciting for people. Of course, Christmas back in the day was a massive celebration of decorating the inside of your house. I mean, you think back to the 60s, 70s and so on, people didn't really decorate up the outsides of the properties, they decorated the insides. They'd have a huge Christmas tree, and a lot of those Christmas trees would be tinsel. So there'd be like sort of a wire frame with tinsel, with lots of glass baubles, some special, some not so special. There was the concave ones, the non-concave ones. There's all sorts of bright colours, and a lot of those now are what people are trying to buy back, but a lot of them got broken, discarded, chucked away and so on. When you look at this one, this was sort of quite a revolutionary piece for Pifco, because they decided to make a set of lights. So I'll open the box up for you. It's very delicate, all this stuff, because it is extremely old, where the lights were basically like a little bubble lamp. So the idea is the bulbs would heat up in the cone at the bottom, and then as it heated up the liquid inside there, it would send little bubbles up, almost like fermentation when you were making wine and stuff. It looks similar to that, but of course it's all lit up. The thing is, a lot of these broke over the years, and so people never got the opportunity to buy them. Although, you know, when stuff like this comes up for sale, it can make a few quid for people that recognise what they are. Now, do these work? I have no idea. Am I going to test them? No, I'm not. I mean, the thing is, they're quite basic wiring on these old things. You had this, which would fit into a lamp. So that would actually fit into a lamp, slot into the lamp like that, into, where you'd put the bulb, and then you would switch your bulbs on your Christmas tree. And what I would always say to everybody that's buying old lights like this is get them checked out properly by a qualified engineer to make sure that you are safe, because you don't just want to be plugging this stuff in and hoping for the best. But these here it's just one hell of a set of lights when you look at them like that. I mean, the bases on them, they're just so there's just not a lot to them. And actually, when I look at which I'm going to show you in a minute on the internet, when you look at the early sort of cataloguing for Pifco lights, these were very, very early ones, these. I'm sure there won't be a huge amount of these left around. So, is this a time to buy them? Is it something you want? Is it something you could resell? I don't know. Let's have a look on the internet and see what's going on there. So one of the first things that I've found online was this here. Let's just get this up on the screen for you, which is called the Christmas Lighting Archive, and you find many interesting things on this. So if you're looking for points of reference for things to buy and sell and to be able to make money, going to the internet is one hell of a great place to go these days, because there's so many different sources of information on there. And I thought this one was quite a good one, because Christmas Lights Archive, like it says at the top there, it says there the very earliest Pifco lighting sets predate the era of miniaturization and feature smaller numbers of much larger light bulbs and heavy duty wiring. So when you look there, if you look there, number 8 is the bubble lights that we are talking about. So very, very early. And when you look at some of the other stuff that's on there, and to give you an idea of some of the things that you should be looking out for, these early lighting. Now, these sort of lights here, the pine cone sets and so on, I've actually seen those bulbs selling individually. Those shaped bulbs at sort of £10 and £12 each. So if you buy a box of bulbs, you can be making a few quid from them. If we actually flick over to eBay, this one here, and this gives you an idea of some of the ones that have sold. Now, the old ones here, like the lanterns, seen these in the auction room many times. But look at that, someone that accepted an offer of £239, maybe a little bit under that. And then when you come down, you'll find lots and lots of various ones, but what you'll often see is the name Pifco. Obviously, I've searched by Pifco, so that's where you've seen so many. But if you just go back to that other site there, you can actually go over to Woolworths as well, because Woolworths made a lot of various ones as well. So when it comes to, you had Pifco, you've got the homepage there. So I'll definitely have a look at these sites. But when it comes to the Pifco ones like this, well, if you start actually then searching by highest price, which I'm not sure if I've done that yet already, but you've got go to completed listings. Always have a look at that and find out what the sort of prices that these are selling for, because you'll find that most people that are trying to sell these items on eBay, of course, are lighting them up, and that is without doubt the best idea to do, because if you do light it up, then you are going to get more people bidding. Now, just be careful on this, because some of eBay's policies can be a little bit interesting. You put them on and they're untested and all the rest of it, they may just take them off. But when you're looking at those, and then also if we just take that out of there and go sort of just to Pifco lights. So I mean, look at that one there, vintage 1960s 12 Pifco coach Cinderella, the Cinderella ones I was talking of earlier, £307, or somebody took an offer maybe just a little under that. So if we go to the original listing, there you go. I as a dealer, I've bought and sold those many times, in good condition, in poor condition. Again, look out for these. I actually purchased a set of these in a charity shop years ago for about 50p, and a bit of a tatty box, but I still got good money for them. And what I'm seeing with these year on year is that the prices are actually going up as well. So if we go to look at these glass baubles now, when you look at these, there's lots of people selling modern ones, of course, but what you want to look at on there, it might sometimes an idea to type in the word vintage, and then you will start seeing those. Now, again, come down on the left hand side of your screen to sold listings, click on it, so then you're going to get an idea of what's selling. Now when you look at these, when you start looking at price, these are the old sort of concave ones that I was talking of earlier. You know, and because they're such nice design, thing is, these items are very, very fragile. And you know, when you're buying these things, a lot of ones that have been sat up in lofts for years and years can get damaged quite easily. So again, condition is everything. Have a good look at the condition. I mean, look how intricate some of these were made. But when you look in here, you're seeing £10s and £20 and £30, and you know, if you can buy a box full of these from your local auction room or charity shop or something, you can be making some serious money. Now, if we go to highest price, look at this, vintage Christmas decorations, 125 quid, you know, £77, 79.99, 72.44, one there on its own, £13.27, and so on. So you are really getting into a place here that not many people delve into when it comes to Christmas stuff. They tend to just sort of stick to what they consider safe areas. So have a look at Christmas stuff. Don't be frightened of it. Even modern Christmas stuff can really net you some good money if you're buying the right items. Don't go out and buy a load of Christmas trees. Do not do that. That will not net you much money at all, and it'll take up absolutely loads of your space. But small items, Christmas baubles, even some of the modern glass Christmas baubles that are in the big wooden boxes and so on, look out for those. Try and buy those cheaply if you can. When you're buying them, always check the condition. Look out for breakages. 1 or 2 breakages may just happen. Don't let that put you off buying a box full, because there's plenty of other items in there that you can sell. When it comes to Christmas lighting, the older the better. You know, I could quite easily see that set on the table over there selling in the right place, not necessarily the auction room, for £250 to £350, as it's such an early set. So there you go, it's in this week's auction. Come and bid it, come and buy it, and see if you can get yourself a bargain. Thanks ever so much for watching this small, hopefully informative video, and if you do like stuff like this, then do subscribe to our channel. We're putting stuff like this out all the time. So thanks everybody for watching this one, and we'll hopefully see you all very soon at the auction.